Firewall issues are some of the most frustrating problems in DevOps. Everything looks correct, the service is running, the application is healthy, DNS is resolving, but traffic still doesn't flow. In many real incidents, the problem is not the application, it's the firewall. In this video, we will understand firewall basics from a DevOps troubleshooting perspective. We will look at how packet filtering works and how tools like firewalld and the IP table control traffic. The goal is simple. When something breaks, you will know where to look. But first, let's understand where the firewall actually sits in. At the most basic level, a firewall works by inspecting network packet, and every network packet has a source, destination, protocol, and the port. Based on the firewall rules, the packet is either allowed or dropped. Importantly, this decision happens inside the Linux kernel before the packet reaches your application. Think of firewall like a security guard at a gate. Every packet must pass through the gate, and the guard checks the rule and decides whether the packet is allowed in or not. Now that we have understood what a firewall does conceptually, let's see how Linux exposes firewall controls on enterprise system. On RHEL based system like RHEL, CentOS, Rocky or Alma Linux, the default firewall is firewalld. This is the firewall you encounter on most production server. So let's go to the terminal first. So this is our RHEL machine, and here the firewalld is already installed. And to check the status for the same, we can use systemctl status firewalld. So first we check whether the firewalld is running or not. As we can see, the firewalld is running. Now if we want to list the active zone, for that we can use a firewall-cmd command. So if I run firewall-cmd -get active -zones. So there is a typo, active, it's IE. So firewalld introduces the concept of zones. A zone defines how restrictive firewall rules are for a network interface. Here you can see we have a trusted. That means it's more restricted than the public one, and it's applicable to our interface, that is ENS4. So now if we want to allow some port, so for that we can use the same command, and if I run firewall-cmd -zone equal to public, and I'm adding a port, add -port equal to 80, and it is a TCP port, and I'm giving a -- permanent. So this command targets the public zone and allows the TCP traffic on the port 80, and it also makes the rule persistent across the reboots. So if I press enter, so the rule got updated successfully, but firewalld requires a reload. So for that we can use firewall-cmd -reload. So the firewalld requires a reload to apply a permanent rules. Firewalld makes firewall management easier on RHEL, but firewalld itself is not a packet filtering engine. At the lowest level, Linux packet filtering is handled by the IP tables. Firewalld is essentially a management layer that creates and maintains IP table rules for us. Now if we want to see the IP table rules in this particular system, we can use iptables -l command. So if we see, these are the IP table rules in this particular system. As you can see, there are a lot of rules because I am using the Kubernetes cluster on this particular node. That's why you are able to see a lot of rules. And Kubernetes also using the IP table internally to manage the traffic. So that's why you are able to see a lot of things here. Let me go to the top of it. So IP table organizes rules into the chains. And the three most important rules are input, forward, and the output ones. So let me explain you very quickly with the help of visual diagram. So when a packet reaches the system, Linux decides where it's going. So if the packet is meant for this machine only, it goes through the input chain. If the packet is sent by this machine only, it goes through the output chain. And if the machine is routing the traffic, it goes to the forward. So IP table check rules from top to bottom, and the first rule that matches decide what happens to the packet. So right now we are not going deep dive into the IP table syntax in this video. In a separate deep dive video, we will break down IP table chains. For now, this mental model is enough to troubleshoot most firewall problems. As a DevOps engineer, you don't need to write complex firewall rules, but you need to understand how traffic is being handled, which firewall is active, how to list rules, and how to check the routing tables. This alone makes debugging much easier because firewall doesn't break system, but the lack of visibility does. In the next video, we will start automatic DevOps tasks using the basic shell scripting. If you found this helpful, hit like, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.